Good evening, students. In the last class, we discussed about the reflection of light by plane mirrors, and also we solved some numericals related to the reflection of light by plane mirrors. In today's class, we are going to discuss the reflection of light by spherical mirrors. So, there are how many types of spherical mirrors? There are two types of spherical mirrors. What are those? So, first type of spherical mirror is concave mirror, and second type of spherical mirror is convex mirror. So, spherical mirrors. There are how many types of spherical mirrors? Two types of spherical mirror. First one, that is concave mirror. But one thing, what do you mean by spherical mirror? It is a curved mirror with one surface is silvered. Now, the first type of spherical mirror is concave mirror, and second type of spherical mirror is convex mirror. So, let us draw the diagram for concave mirror. What do you mean by concave mirror? It is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface towards the center of curvature. See here. It is a spherical mirror. And one surface is polished. This shaded surface is polished, and this unshaded surface is reflecting. And this reflecting surface towards the center of curvature, and it is the midpoint of the spherical mirror. The midpoint of the spherical mirror is called pole, that is called pole of the spherical mirror. Now, this is reflecting surface. Okay, so this is the diagram for concave mirror. And what is the diagram for convex mirror? What do you mean by convex mirror? It is a spherical mirror whose reflecting surface away from the center of curvature. Then this surface is silvered or polished, and this unshaded surface is reflecting, and this is reflecting surface. What is reflecting surface? The surface at which the reflection takes place is called reflecting surface, and it is center of curvature. The center of curvature can be represented by C, and midpoint of the spherical mirror is called pole. Then the line joining between pole and center of curvature is called principal axis. This is called principal axis. And this is also called principal axis. Now, focus exactly at the middle of the C and P. Exactly at the middle of the C and P, because focal length is half of radius of curvature. F is equal to R by 2. Means the focal length is half of radius of curvature. What is focal length? It is the distance between focus and pole of the spherical mirror. This is focal length, and it is focus. In this case, it is the focus, and always the focus exactly lies at the middle of the P and C, means pole and center of curvature. Now, the focal length is the distance between pole and focus, that can be represented by F. Focal length is represented by F. And now, the concave mirror having the real focus. It has real focus because of convergence of light after the reflection. It has real focus. Then, but it has virtual focus. Which spherical mirror having the real focus? Concave mirror having the real focus. But which spherical mirror having the virtual focus? Convex mirror having the virtual focus. It has virtual focus. Remember this point. It has virtual focus. And the focal length of concave mirror is negative. Its focal length is negative because of sign convention. its focal length is negative. And what is the focal length of convex mirror? That is positive. Its focal length is positive. Its focal length is positive. So why the focal length of concave mirror is negative? Because the distance of the focus from the pole is measured in the opposite direction of incident light. This is the direction of incident light, but the distance of the focus measured from the pole is in the opposite direction of incident light. So what is the direction of incident light? That is from F to P. But the direction of measurement of focus from the pole, that is from P to F, because always the distances are measured from the pole of the spherical mirror. The pole of the spherical mirror. That is why if the distances are measured in the opposite direction of incident light, those distances can be taken as negative. Those distances can be taken as negative. Here the focal length is measured in the opposite direction of incident light. But in this case, this is the direction of incident light. What is the direction of incident light? That is P to F. That is from P to F. And the direction of measurement of focus from the pole, that is also from P to F. Hence, if the distance measured in the direction of incident light, that distance can be taken as positive. That is why the focal length of convex mirror is positive. So let us move to the next point, the magnification produced by concave mirror and the magnification produced by convex mirror. So what is magnification? Magnification is the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object, or else it is the ratio of image distance to the object distance. So next point, magnification produced by concave mirror. Magnification tells about the size of the image and also that tells about the nature of the image. If magnification is greater than 1, then image is magnified. If magnification is less than 1, then image is diminished. If the magnification equal to 1, hence the size of the image equal to the size of the object. And if magnification is greater than 0, magnification greater than 0 means magnification is positive, hence the nature of the image is virtual and erect. If the magnification is less than 0, magnification less than 0 means magnification is negative, hence the nature of the image is real and inverted. So let us discuss one by one. The magnification produced by the concave mirror may be greater than 1, less than 1 or equal to 1, that depends on position of the object. And the magnification produced by concave mirror is greater than 0 or less than 0, again it depends on position of the object. So let us move to the next point, the magnification produced by concave mirror. Magnification produced by concave mirror. Magnification tells about size and nature of the image. What is concave mirror? It is the spherical mirror whose reflecting surface towards the center of curvature. Now, first case. The magnification produced by the concave mirror is greater than 1 and it is less than 1 and also it is equal to 1, that depends on position of the object. If magnification is greater than 1, so when does the magnification is greater than 1? So already we know that what is the formula for magnification? Magnification is nothing but height of the image to the height of the object. Here HI stands for height of the image, HO stands for height of the object. If HI is greater than HO, means height of the image is greater than height of the object. Numerator is greater than denominator, hence M is greater than 1. Then image is said to be magnified because height of the image is greater than height of the object, hence image is said to be magnified or enlarged. Then the image is said to be magnified or enlarged. And here the magnification may be greater than 1, less than 1 or equal to 1, that depends on position of the object. If the object lies in between center of curvature and focus of the concave mirror, hence the image is magnified. See here, let us draw the ray diagram. Now we are going to discuss the magnification produced by which mirror, that is by concave mirror. Then this is a shaded surface and it is unshaded surface. The unshaded surface is the reflecting surface, hence it is the center of curvature, and the line joining between the center of curvature and pole of the spherical mirror is called principal axis. It is called principal axis and it is focus, and the concave mirror having the real focus. Suppose the object lies in between, or the object is between C and F, center of curvature and focus of the concave mirror. Now this is an object. First incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, the reflected ray passes through the principal focus. And the second incident ray, which is incident at the pole of the spherical mirror, means pole of the concave mirror. How the light incident here? The light incident obliquely and the light reflects obliquely. The light reflects obliquely. Where these reflected rays will be meet, at that position we will get image of the object. Then this is image of the object, HI. It is HO, height of the object. Height of the image HI and height of the object HO. Height of the image is greater than height of the object, then image is said to be magnified. So for what position of the object the image is said to be magnified in case of concave mirror? Only when the object is in between C and F, and also in between F and P. Okay. Then next, if magnification is less than 1, then the image is said to be diminished. Diminished means here decrease in size of the image. Decrease in size of the image. If magnification is less than 1, then image is said to be diminished. Then image is said to be diminished. Now, so what is the formula for magnification? That is HI by HO. If height of the image is less than height of the object, means numerator is less than denominator, hence m is less than 1. If magnification is less than 1, then image is said to be magnified, means height of the image is less than height of the object. So diagram for this one. Let us consider object is in between, let us consider object beyond the C. Beyond the C. I will take object beyond the C. Means object distance is greater than radius of curvature. Once again, first ray is parallel to the principal axis. First incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, the reflected ray passes through the focus. And second incident ray, which is incident at the pole of the concave mirror. How it is incident? It is incident obliquely, it reflects obliquely. Incident obliquely and it reflects obliquely. So where the reflected rays will be meet, at that position we will get image of the object. Then it is image of the object and it is object. Height of the image HI and height of the object HO. In the diagram, HI is less than HO, hence image is said to be diminished. Image is said to be diminished. For what position of the object the magnification produced by the concave mirror is less than 1? So when the object beyond the C, or when the object in between infinity and C, Next, if m is equal to 1, then the size of the image is equal to the size of the object, means height of the image equal to height of the object. Then the size of the image, then the size of the image equal to size of the object. Size means here height, size of the object. Now let us take, what is magnification? It is the ratio of height of the image to the height of the object. If numerator and denominator both are equal, then m is equal to 1. If height of the image and height of the object both are equal, so numerator and denominator get cancelled, then answer is 1. Then for what position of the object the magnification produced by concave mirror is 1? So when the object is at center of curvature of the concave mirror. So let us draw the ray diagram. Where is the object now? Object is at center of curvature. Here the object. First incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, the reflected ray passes through the focus. Then the second incident ray, which is incident at the pole. How it is incident? It incident obliquely and it reflects obliquely. So where the reflected rays will be meet, at that position we will get image of the object. Now it is image of the object and it is object. Then height of the object HO and height of the image of the object HI, and both are equal. Hence the magnification produced by the concave mirror when the object is at center of curvature is 1. That is equal to 1. Next, so m is greater than 1, m less than 1 and m equal to 1. Those tell about the size of the image. If m is greater than 0 or if m is less than 0, that tells about the nature of the image. So next point, if m greater than 0, m greater than 0 means any number greater than 0 means that number is positive, means here m is positive, then the image is virtual and erect. If m is greater than 0 means if magnification produced by the spherical mirror is positive, the nature of the image is virtual and erect. For what position of the object the nature of the image is virtual and erect in case of concave mirror? If the object in between F and P. F means focus, P means pole. Supposed to be, I will take here, this is an object in between F and P. Then the first incident ray, that is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, the reflected ray passes through the focus. And the second incident ray, which is incident at the pole, how it is incident? Obliquely, and it reflects obliquely. And these two reflected rays are diverging now. Means these diverged rays appears to be came from a point or came from a position. I will extend these two diverged rays, or I will extend these two reflected rays. Where these two reflected rays will be meet, at that position we will get the image of the object. So where the image is formed? Image is formed behind the mirror, and this image cannot be obtained on the screen. That is why this image is virtual. And object upright, then its image also upright, then image is said to be erect. For what position of the object the nature of the image formed by the concave mirror is virtual and erect? Only when the object in between F and P, means principal focus and pole of the concave mirror. Next point, if m less than 0, m less than 0 means here magnification is negative, m is negative, then the image is real and inverted. The nature of the image is real and inverted. Real and inverted. So when we are going to say the image is inverted, only when if object is upside, then image is downside, then image is said to be inverted. For example, if object in between C and F, then where its image is formed? Its image is formed just beyond the C. Then it is inverted image and it is real because this image can be obtained on the screen. So once again, if magnification is positive, the nature of the image is virtual and erect. If magnification is negative, the nature of the image is real and inverted. Okay. Then for what position of the object, the nature of the image formed by the concave mirror is real and inverted. So only when the object anywhere between infinity and F, anywhere between infinity and F. Now let us move to the next point, magnification produced by convex mirror. One thing remember here, always the magnification produced by convex mirror is less than 1 and greater than 0. Less than 1 means here the image is diminished, greater than 0 is the nature of the image is virtual and erect. Convex mirror. Always the magnification produced by convex mirror by which mirror? Convex mirror. Remember this point, this is very important point. Always the magnification produced by convex mirror is greater than 0 and less than 1. Greater than 0 and less than 1. Greater than 0 means the nature of the image is virtual and erect. Less than 1 means the image is diminished. Means height of the image is less than height of the object. Let us draw the ray diagram. Let us take it is a convex mirror. Center of curvature, focus and pole. If object anywhere between infinity and pole of the convex mirror, object anywhere between infinity and pole of the convex mirror, the nature of the image formed by the convex mirror is virtual and erect, and the size of the image formed by the convex mirror is diminished. Then the light undergo reflection. Then this reflected ray appears to be came from the point, that point is called focus. And one more incident ray, that incident ray incident at the pole obliquely and it reflects obliquely. And I will extend this reflected ray. So these two reflected rays will be meet at this position. Hence here we got the image of the object. See here, the size of the image of the object is less than size of the object. And both are upside. Both are upside means image is erect. And this image cannot be obtained on the screens, hence it is a virtual. And the height of the image is less than height of the object, hence the magnification is less than 1. So this is all about the reflection of light by spherical mirrors.